welcome back, one and all, to another chapter of Jamaican Redneck. Now, as I promised last time, I did promise you that I'll show you how to apply for your various, I guess you could say, bi-state, Connecticut and New York City Pistol Permit, and I did post the New York City Pistol Permit. So now I'm moving forward now to showing you how to apply for a pistol permit in Westchester County. Now, don't be fooled. Your pistol permit for Westchester County is different from your pistol permit for Dutchess County, Putnam County, and all those other counties. Even though you have jurisdiction within those counties apart from New York City, the process of acquiring a pistol permit for the different counties is different, but you do have jurisdiction to have the same rights in your state as in your county as you would in those counties since you're in New York State. Okay, let's moving forward. So just again to reiterate why we're here, we are here to advocate for lawful pistol ownership within the community. I realize that there's an inhibition within the community for folks either under the impression that it is impossible in some cases to get a pistol permit, or in that cases the beliefs say just out of their reach. Now that inhibition has caused us a lot of pain within our community, where we a lot of time being intimidated, and we can't feel as if we have the right to be able to protect ourselves. And plus again, living in a country that have a culture for firearms, you should at least understand basic firearm safety if you're in America. I don't believe you're supposed to stay up on the fringe and under the impression that firearms are bad. No, in our community we have a negative experience with firearms, but in other community they have positive experience. I am here to bring to you the fact that we can have positive experiences with firearms if it's even at minimum understand how to safely operate or store a firearm. So let's just get into it. So as opposed to New York City Pistol Permit, you used to say you're going to have a much more easier process applying for your pistol permit for Westchester, and it's a lot cheaper too, as you'll find out. So let's just jump into it. There I think is about 10 basic requirements, and they're pretty laid out straightforward. There's no subjectivity basically based for the requirements. So the first requirement, so first thing, to get on the site, I would advocate that you use any one of your search engine, Google, Chrome, or whatever, and just go straight forward and just search on Westchester Pistol Permit application, right? Once you search on the Westchester Pistol Permit application, you'll get to this site, which is the county clerk's office, where all pistol permits go through. Again, you could see here it's self-explanatory. You could click here on these bulletized services. You could see here where it says pistol and license. You click on that, and what pops up, you will get a PDF document that you'll have to print and fill out with a black ink pen. Now the difference, one difference is, or at least one positive difference it is with New York City Pistol Permit, you can apply online in the post-COVID environment. However, for Westchester, you still have to do it the old time way with buggy cart and donkey. You have to manually fill it out and mail it in or bring it in person. But it's an easier process afterward, much easier. So application for pistol permit are accepted by appointment from Monday to Friday. You have to make an appointment to go in and hand in your application form with all the necessary requirements attached. And at that point, they will, I think, schedule it for a fingerprint, or they'll take the fingerprint right then and there. The office is located in Westchester County, 110 Dr. Martin Luther King Drive, Boulevard, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, room 340A Alpha. Now this is apparently the courthouse. So what you do is, I think you'd go in, get screened through the scanners, and go straight upstairs. I think to the third floor, if my memory serves correct. It was a pretty small building, so you can, yeah, the third floor, and drop off your application. Pretty straightforward and easy. I'm telling you, much easier. So basically, if you have address within Westchester, or you live in Westchester, or you reside in Westchester by any means, or Westchester is one of your residents, you can apply for that pistol permit. So they said the pistol license information handbook can be found at the Department of Public Safety website, and this is the website listed here. Feel free to click on it or copy it and drop it in your web browser so you can get familiar with that. Applicants must use the pistol permit application attachments from the Department of Public Safety, and here again is another link to the website that you can get available application form as far as pistols is concerned. Applicants must swear to the truth of all statement, and that is one thing that's common with pistol and firearm permit. You have to swear that way you're putting on the documents are true. Application forms and attachment must be typewritten or printed in black ink, so it's very specific. Do not use blue ink. Make sure that either you print them or it's clearly written in black ink, and must be submitted within a reasonable period of the time from the date of the forms are obtained. That means don't start the application this year and then next year you try to continue filling out the whole application with the whole information. Things might change, and will change. I want to see it reflected. The title form, the form title, State of New York Pistol Revolver License application must be submitted in duplicates. For some reason they like duplicates here, so all application that you're submitting, you have to submit a duplicate. That is very important. You have to submit a duplicate. Now, it's not double the money, is one fee, but you have to submit a duplicate. Note, if you are registering more than 4 firearms, you must list them and supplement a form. So again, all things having to do with firearms, you can click on this link and you'll see amendments, buying, personal purchases, and such forth. Character reference. Now this is one of the, so we're just getting deep now into the actual requirements that you need to have to submit your application. So first is a character reference. Applicants must provide a total of 4 character references. References must complete a signed form PPB3 in the appropriate area, and also must complete and sign, must complete and sign and notarize the character reference letter WCPD-12 6 Lima. Character referees must have known the applicant for a sufficient period of time to be able to establish his or her good moral character. Now, don't just meet somebody last week and put them down and say, oh, you know, by the way, I have a character reference here and I'd like to fill out. Can you help assist me with it? No. This individual have to have a working knowledge of you, and I'll show you some of the contents of the character references I get down further into the application. But basically, these people need to know you for a long time, and they need to be able to stand up for your moral character, reputation in the community, and fitness to process a firearm. Again, even though firearms themselves don't do anything to people, we want to make sure we control the people where we are hand possession of a firearm to. I am not one of them people who believe per the Second Amendment every single soul have the right to acquire. I'm not under that impression. The following categories of people are unacceptable as character reference: relatives by either blood, that means that your brother, your sister, your cousin can't do it. Marriage, you can't have any of your 2 or 3 wives them do it for you if you have them culture there. 2 or more members of the same family, that means that you can't ask John Tom Brown and Mary Brown to do it in the same household. That I think as count as 1. Okay. 6. Applicants will be subjected to a fingerprint-based and or name-based criminal record check through the New York State Division of Criminal Justice Service and through the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Now, you must expect this. We want to make certain that anyone in possession of firearm, handling that firearm extreme safety. So I believe, and the government believe, that we need to do a background check. So the background check, as I stated, will be done through the New York State Division of Criminal Justice Service and the Federal Bureau of Investigation. That's a standard process. Don't let anybody scare you with this. Even if you had any run-ins with the law, if it's beyond 7 years, you're good to go. Trust me, you're good to go. Don't go to any of these gun shop and let them go through these things and add on requirements to it. They have done that to me, and that's why I do all of these things myself, and that's why I'm putting myself in a position to assist you in acquiring this permit, so you don't have to put yourself through it. So I don't even go in the Bronx. I don't even deal with gun shops in the Bronx, because they are the biggest crew in discouraging you. Okay? So you must also, so all arrests and criminal charges that occurred at any time during the applicant's lifetime must be listed. Now, if you have a little arrest fee, you know, a misdemeanor, or you did something when you was younger, that's perfectly fine. And they want to include all out of state records too. And cases that were sealed by the court are adjudicated youthful assent. I said, don't get scared by any of this. Once you haven't committed yourself, I believe within the previous 7 years, you're good to go. Enough how we get too old or we get too slow for getting in the trouble anyway. Right? Again, we are advocate for responsible, law-abiding folks, homeowners, to take advantage of acquiring a firearm and getting the knowledge of how to operate and safely store a firearm. All right? You must also list all current or expired order of protection. Now, these ones here are tricky. If you have order of protection for you, may I be honest with you, they don't really like that. So stay away from that. Anything to do with domestic violence or order of protection to terrorize people, they don't like misread. All right? So, moving on. Applicants must successfully complete a firearm safety course and test prior to applying for a pistol license, as evidenced by a certificate of completion issued in his or her name. Penal Law 400.00 Section 4B, and endorsed and affirmed under the penalty of perjury by duly authorized instruction. Basically, just to translate this, what they're saying is, you can't just make me come and give a firearm course in my basement and you say, yes, I'm good to go, and I fill out something like that. That's not going to work with these people. You need to go to a reputable gun shop or range, and they'll pretty much be in a position to be able to provide the services you need. Now, the gun shop that I use is RT Smoking Gun, located at 6th Avenue in Mount Vernon. If you come straight up 241st, you run right into it. Now, I'm telling you, this, I treat like family. I've been going there for at least 25 years. I've been going there since the father was around and operating, and the mother, and now the kids and their family are running the shop. I tell they treat it like family. No other gun shop, at least to me, within this jurisdiction, treat you how they treat you. I can go in and say, you know, I like these two guns, can you order it for me? And I broke and I don't have a penny on me. No, I don't say they're going to do it for you. I just tell the relationship we have developed with them over the time, just to show you. I've had other gun shops in the Bronx. Once you go in there, they start hands going towards the waist and they start posturing as if you're coming there to rob them. So choose your gun shop wisely, and I would say I would recommend going to RT Smoking Gun in a Mount Vernon, and you can tell them, say I sent you to come to get this training provided. Alright, I think it costs roughly about $150. Applicants must provide 2 passport size identical color photograph. That's pretty easy. You need to have a picture on your permit, so you have to expect that. Applicant must submit proof of U.S. citizenship or legal status as a registered alien, and provide proof of legal resident within Westchester County. U.S. citizenship or legal status as a registered alien may be established by submission of birth certificate, naturalization paper, U.S. United States passport, or resident alien card. Resident may be established by voter registration record or utility bill. That means if you have a utility bill, you have a voter registration form, you're good to go. And you can show that you're a legal alien or you're a U.S. citizen. As I said, either way you're good to go. Don't let nobody fool you. I've heard a lot of people tell me, oh, they tell me I don't have this, I'm not that, I can't. No. All of that is foolishness. If you want to know, hit me up. You must know somebody will know me. That's why you have access to this. If not, hit me up in the comment section and me walk you through to help you out. Alright? So, fees. All fees paid in connection with firearm license application are none from the meaning not get back your money. Them people are not give back things. There's $105.25 criminal background check and fingerprint fee. That's what they made payable to the Westchester County. And there's also drum roll. Upon approval, all applicants will be required to pay $10 service fee plus $10 photo fee for the new pistol permit. Wink, wink. You remember what I showed you in New York? $300 and some dollars, $80 some dollars. I never stop right there. So you see how easy this is. Very straightforward what you need. All you have to do, go from 1 to 10, the 13 or whatever it is, get them things and you're good to go. I'm telling you, much easier than that doing for New York City. No, don't get discouraged. I still push them to get your pistol permit and ramp up us getting more pistol permit than New York City. Because again, without us getting involved, they're going to continuously keep us behind the scenes as far as knowledge and accessibility to these things are concerned when you look in regards to other states. All right. So, applicant should review their application and attachment for completeness and correctness. Contact the pistol license unit at blah 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 blah. Phone number to schedule appointment. They're very easy. If you call them and you don't get them, leave a message and they'll call you right back. I'm telling you, much easier than dealing with one PP over in New York City. Failure to comply with any of the state application requirement may result in a recommendation by the pistol license unit to the court that your application for a firearm license be rejected. Alright, so any little funny business, them now go like it. The processing time for a firearm license up to 6 months, yeah, typically around that. I'm not gonna lie to you, take around that. But again, it not take half a year like New York City or them lose your paperwork. Westchester County Pistol Permit applicant submitting guidelines. So here it is. Where again the list, again they break it down simpler for you. The list of stuff that you need in order to apply for your pistol permit. Again, reiterating the criminal background fee, the pictures, New York City pass, drivers or non-drivers ID, birth certificate, proof of resident. Again, utility bill, connections to cable or water, training certificate. And again, I tell you, you can go up to RT smoking gun and they'll be more than happy to take care as far as that is concerned. Applicants must own a firearm before a firearm license can be issued. That is the difference between New York City. New York City issue you a permit and then require you to apply for authorization to buy a pistol. No, not so in Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon, you can buy the gun first. They won't hand it off to you. You can buy the gun and that now start the process for you to get application. Big difference between the two jurisdictions. New York, you have to get the pistol permit, then get authorization form to buy a pistol. Mount Vernon, you have to own a pistol before they can issue you a pistol permit. So you have to buy the gun and then apply for the permit, and then they will put the information for the gun and that pistol permit application. Because there are information you're going to have to get from the gun store in order to add to your pistol permit application. But again, it's very straightforward. What they say, applicant must own a firearm before a firearm can be issued. Applicant proof of firearm ownership. You have to have a receipt. They're very strict with that. Co-owner statement. That means you and somebody else probably own it if you're in a championship shooting and such forth. New York State Police C form, whatever that is. Other supporting documents, notarized letter, court disposition, retired farm officer always get some better privileges And then also I'll just move forward with that. You'll know that if you was a former police officer, you know what um, things you are entitled to after you leave the service, okay? So now we're just going to jump right into the form. So I think these are some of the instruction form just to show you how to fill out your application and enter your personal information. Start with the name, indicate and applicant must check one of the following box: carry, conceal, possesses on premises, possesses, carry during employment, a license required for the following reason. Let me see which one this is. State license and submit to sample. If the form are not printed double-sided, they will be rejected. So here you go. So here are your forms, and these are just for sample use. And you fill these out. Again, going through here, you have your mailing address, your name, your phone number, your character references, and again you have to provide the letter. And here's where you choose what type of license you're applying for, whether you're applying for a concealed carry, possess on premises. Usually you want to do a possess on premises that don't give away a concealed carry. That I've applied like 3 times so far and still get denied each time, but I'll keep trying. This is if you ever been arrested, your character references here, just to give an overall summary of where as far as mental health is concerned. If you're a citizen, member of the armed forces and such, we're pretty explanatory, just explain yes or no. This is where you'd attach your photograph, the 2 photographs that they require. Fingerprint. Now the fingerprint section is going to be done at the clerk's office when you go in and make your application. Print. I think these here are for you. If you have firearm in your property that you're transferring from different state, you can have them put on your pistol permit. Right up front. This here is the actual. Again, remember these here are just sample. They're showing you what they look like, and these here down here are your actual application forms that you'd fill out and submit. Okay, see, just basically replicates of the one before. I think you have to submit 2. Remember, you have to submit 2 forms to everything. This here is your counter pistol license unit, background and information sheet. Now this is just giving authorization to perform the background check on you by the federal feds and also the state. Employment, you have to also fill out your employment information. You have to list your nearest relative not residing with you. List a person, list a responsible person who will safeguard the firearm. In most events, I do that for my friends. And again, we need more people in this crew so we can reciprocate this, and we can add other people we can call upon for also assist in with folks with getting their firearm permits. Have you taken a firearm safety course, or for retired law enforcement, have you completed the firearm training? Yes, I have taken the safety course. I'm taking it in New York State, and I also do a live fire course in Connecticut to get a carry permit for Connecticut. So yes, I am qualified for that. Again, if you answer yes, attach a detailed notarized letter of explanation and copy of any related document, example, arrest deposition or order of protection, military discharge papers. I fill out these places here, applying for or held a pistol license, firearm dealer license, or gunsmith, and you just fill them out appropriately. I won't go through them. And you have this notarized here. Anytime you see it here, require notarization. It's a request for record check. Again, there's two checks, one by the state and one by the feds. I think this one here is you authorizing the state to provide information to provide that check. This one here is authorization to release personal information. That is, I think, if you choose to release public information that you're a fire pistol permit holder. Again, this document have to be notarized. Again, even though I'm summarizing them for you, still take the time to read these documents so you can familiarize yourself with and make sure that at least if I make a mistake, you know, you're my backup to say, hey, you make a mistake, go back, go change what you said there, you know. Moving forward, proof of residency not in applicant's name. Now, if you are not, you're living with someone, then per se, you don't have to show that, hey, I have a lease for the property or I own the property. You can just say, here's a utility bill, I pay my light bill here, I pay the water bill here, and that will be more than good enough for Westchester County, okay? And these are the document that you would fill out. Again, this make it really easy. All you have to just print everything and you will have everything you need in order to submit the application. You don't have to jump around and look anywhere else. Character reference letters, you print 4 of these to get 4 character reference that is stated. Again, they reiterate the rules, the criteria for filling these: no family members by blood or marriage and such forth, are the same set of people in the same household. Have you ever known the applicant to engage in a behavior? These are some of the questions that they ask the character referees. And again, this document has to be notarized. Character references, again, everything have to be doubled. So that's why if you notice each time I go through one, there's a additional one, because again, they require that you double up on your application. All right, so I think that's it, folks. So again, thanks for taking the time to check out this channel and to be a part of this movement. Again, we advocate safe and lawful gun ownership in our community, and I hope more folks decide to share the journey with you know. Again, peace, Jamaican redneck, and share and like, because I think that's how YouTube recommend this to other folks. Not that me I look anything from them, but if them don't know so what about, them not go access with. So like it up so that them can recommend it to other folks who are search for information like this. All right, so peace out.